Well, summer is here. Ava and I are on tour a little bit. Our first taste of a very, very busy week with the kids is underway. Amy is in Ontario helping out with Ollie's team today and being there with them. They play baseball tomorrow, and I am going to go over and watch Oliver play baseball tomorrow. Ava and I are going to leave in the morning. I got to do a twos and training video for Curtis and Jamie for Harness Racing Update. Cozumel, Mexican restaurant. You see that? No, you're too busy looking at TikToks.
I'm not on TikTok.
Cozumel's right there. That place has good reviews. We're driving around Brunswick. I saw a farmer's market. I went up and it wasn't actually a farmer's market. It was a flower place. They said they have vegetables coming next week. But
No, they said July, didn't they? July.
Oh yeah, they said
26th.
July, yeah. July. No, I think they said they had vegetables coming next week, but they're like summer opening is July the 26th. Anyway, I forgot about Dr. Latessa told me there's this really cool place down here in Brunswick called Market 42, a collection of big restaurants, like good restaurants in the area. And I assume it's like one of those area fed restaurant marketplaces where, you know, the beef comes from a farm close by, and so you know what I'm talking about. And we're on our way there right now. We're going to be there in about 5 minutes. So I want to talk about the babies, run through them. The summer is going to be crazy busy. We have 5 babies schooling at the Meadows on Tuesday. They are there at the Meadows on Tuesday because they're likely going to qualify next week. A couple of those horses may be staying over there. Definitely, I think Go Strong Hanover might stay over there for the week because I have 12 to 14 horses. What's that, honey? Chinese place, yeah. 12 to 14 horses slated to qualify next week. So obviously we don't have 2 6 or 7 horse trailers. Leaving a couple of those horses over there might make the most sense. But we'll see how they school first, and then we'll discuss that and figure it out next week, or on Tuesday anyway. So let's talk about all the 2-year-olds. Amy and I did a very in-depth video where they're at, where we want to see them, how long it's going to take, we thought, to get them ready. And I don't think any of the horses... I know where we're at. This is Ohio Pie. Right there. I know where we're at.
Ohio Pie.
This is at the end of Center Road. Down there is Starbucks.
Oh.
We just come back the other way. I can't believe this Market 42 is here. How did I not see this place? I've driven by this. Anyway. So let's get right to it. AC/DC coming along nicely. Happy with the way he looked after we did his knees. He is probably 3 weeks from being ready to rock.
Very cool.
Yep, 3 weeks from being ready to rock. But there's nothing wrong with that.
It's a big school.
It's great. Yeah, it's a Brunswick Middle School, junior high. Aunt Sarah, very good. She's a good bike training away from being ready to qualify. But a lot of these horses, the Ohio breds, don't have to be ready till the second week in July. It's not lost on me. We're not in a big hurry with them. Bianco Spiaggio is probably ready to start back jogging now. I want to get a check-in with Harry in regards to him. He's probably just an ultrasound away from getting that done. Blue Rare is going over to Ontario this week. I made my mind up. I'm going to send her over there. James and everybody is thinking of qualifying Friday and Saturday. Now, if James thinks he's going to pick off any of the horses on Friday, maybe I'll head over there and go with them on Friday morning also. They race Friday nights in the Meadows, and as long as I'm out of there by noon, I can make race 1 at the Meadows. Capistrano Knights, again, haven't put her in the bike and gone fast yet. We probably will this week. I suspect this will be a week for her to do that. Captain Doolittle, I trained in 2-4 the other day. The horse trained really good. I was really happy with Captain Doolittle. Very, very impressed with how far he's come in such a short period of time. He was not regarded highly all winter. I think if you go back and look at my videos, that was pretty well documented. But for him to come forward the way he has in the last little while has been impressive. I was thoroughly impressed with the way he's done his work. Cherry's Girl. Cherry's Girl is she's definitely in the top 10. I think I put her number 4 on my list. Big, strong filly. Her attitude is still there. She's got that chip on her shoulder, but it's a good one. And I think she's going to be a good horse for it. I like this filly a lot, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this Captain Corey filly this summer. Degas, another filly that's come a long, long way in not a short period of time. She has always shown progression. She had a very small pocket of time in the spring where she was just kind of flat. She wasn't good. She was making breaks, but went through it quite quickly, got through it, and has really put a lot together over the last little while. I mean, I know I was tempted to take her over to the Meadows on Tuesday, but she doesn't need to be ready immediately. I think it's the first or second week in July. The horses that we have over there today are horses like Perfect Thought, or that will be over there Tuesday. Perfect Thought, horses that need to be ready. Jailbird Jog, horses, the two next generation horses I need ready. So they're a week ahead of everybody else. Degas, I was tempted to take her over. She's just been doing it so well. I decided not to, but she will qualify at the Meadows next Tuesday. And another one that was just perfect on the gates. There was no real concern about you need to have her ready right now. Do you believe this? This place, this Market 42, is at the end of our road. That's our road. That's Sleepy Hollow Road right there. And here's this Market 42 place. Oh, I won't buy the entrance. I gotta go back. It's right here.
I thought
that green gas station right there. You turn left and go down. Our house is just down the road.
I know.
So this place that Mike's been talking about is literally maybe 5 minutes from where we stay. It does look very good. I'm excited. Doesn't take a lot to excite me on a Sunday. A place where there could be fantastic food, especially just down the road from our house. That'll do it. So Degas, really happy with the way she's been, and I think Eric, Eric, him and Kathy, I felt bad, especially with the loss of Arson from our barn. It was really hard to kind of quantify what was going to make up our summer in Kentucky. And a lot of these horses jump forward in a big way. And I'll tell you right now, Degas is one of them. She's looked tremendous. She's looked great. I've been very, very happy with what I've seen.
Inside.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of really cool in there. Degas has just really impressed me, right? And it was so odd because it was unfair to her, too. We put her on a place where, if you guys remember, Degas and Jailbird Jog were bought almost within a 20-minute span for the exact same price, out of the exact same consignment, and I had a picture where I was holding them together. Well, Degas hadn't really reached where Jailbird Jog was, right? She hadn't really got there as of yet. But I trained her in 2-2 last half in a minute the other day. She looked very, very good. So I think Kathy and Eric, although it wasn't well documented all winter and spring what they would have there, I think they got some really talented horses. Jailbird Jog could be in their care. Degas could be in their care. A host of other horses that are just quality animals. So a very uncertain spring looks a lot brighter as the summer starts. Diosa Della Danza's going over. She looked very, very good training the other day, both slow and fast. I'm very happy with this filly and excited to see what she's going to do. Don't Ask Again has been a disappointment to date, but that's not to say that she can't come forward. That's not to say that she can't turn into a nice filly. I just have not seen her turn the corner yet the same way that let's say, Cherry's Girl has turned the corner. Both Captain Corey horses. I was torn on Captain Corey because we had Captain Doolittle, who stands like this and is overachiever right now. We had Cherry's Girl, who's now starting to come forward, and then we had Don't Ask Again, who is not yet. So I was a little torn. I was talking to Scott the other day, and he said people are raving about the Captain Corys. You might ask why that's important. Well, if you take a step back, we have 5 Captain Corey babies on the ground right now that are ours. So it is a big deal. Yeah, I was watching it very closely. Dune just looks incredible. James said he trained her the other day, 2, 1, and 3, 27 seconds on the end of it. He said, Anthony, I don't think I can say any more than I've said about this filly. She's one of the best horses I've trained all year. And he said, I really, really like her. So she's going to head to Michigan. Likely, she's going to qualify next week. It's the 6th. Papers will be drawn this week. She'll make her way to Donnie Hermanson race on the 15th, I guess. I wasn't initially going to do that because it just felt like I was taking her somewhere to race for potentially $3,000 where she could stay and race for $15,000 Canadian. And it just made no sense. And even if I wanted to go to like Northfield or the Meadows with her, it made more sense to do so if she was going to do really well. But James was the one that said it the other day. He said, nah, I think I think maybe take her to Michigan. Just let her beat up on them all summer, and who knows what kind of horse she could be at 3. James is very, very excited about Dune, and that makes me very excited about Dune. Emerald Tom was great the other day again. Got the hobbles on him, got him squared away to where Jason went with him and thought he was just very, very good. He's another horse. He's one of the horses that I talk about how Uncle Danny he's the leader of the pack. He has not secured his certainty as being our next generation colt, but he is in the lead and has pulled away a little bit. Emerald Tom is still trying to get there. We have a number of really, really good trotting colts and trotting fillies in Ohio, and he's one of them. So I'm really happy with Emerald Tom. Go Strong Hanover was great the other day. I trained him by himself. 2-3 last half in a minute. He was very strong. Now remember, he missed a week or two. He missed a chunk of time of training when he got castrated. So glad to see him bounce back strong, and I think he'll be even better for it on Tuesday. Had to know, beautiful colt, and he looks good, and he wants to be a horse. These quarter cracks are going to be a problem all summer. All we can do is watch them emerge, hopefully as little as we can, and then it seems like we have a 5-day window from when it happens to when we can get some serious comfort to that horse. And in that time, the best we can do is work hard to clean them up. I think he's going to be one of those horses that pops a lot of them. It's just the way he's made, I believe, because we have him on supplements. We're working on him. We're doing things with him. We just can't keep him right all the time. And he is trotting good. When he was good the other day, 2:11 last half and 2 and a bit in the jog cart. That was a hell of a mile for that horse. So he's close to being ready also. Hanger One's quite a ways away still. I'm going to say 5 weeks away from having him ready to go. I'm looking at if we can keep him good and keep him comfortable and keep him happy, looking at maybe Lexington is when you're going to see Hanger One emerge. I'm just very careful with this horse because I like his attitude, but when he gets frustrated, he gets really hot and he gets really hard to deal with, and that can compound and cascade and get out of hand really, really quick. So I'm just being very careful with Hanger One. I like the horse himself, and I think he'll be fine, but it is going to, he lost a big chunk of his foot. It's going to take a little time. In New York, I thought was ready to go. His knees were still pinching him a little bit, but he looked good the other day jogging, so he's not far from being ready also. You might, I'm not making any guarantees, but you might see him on June 18th at that fair. Now, the reason I say the fair is actually being held at Oak Grove this year. It's the Kentucky Sires Fair Meet being held at Oak Grove on June the 18th, which is 5 days before the first Sire Stake. So do you want to see the horses go back in 5 days? Not really, but if they're going to have to go a mile in 2.5 or 2.6, that's what I would train them 5 days out anyway. So I'm not super concerned about it, but I guess my only concern in that regard is I don't know that In New York is a stake colt yet. He may need more time. A lot of these horses, especially when you see what Time Is on My Side has become, especially when you see the change in a lot of these 2-year-olds that have turned 3-year-olds and now become better horses. Grand Slam Dio went from being cranky and ignorant and actually kicking once in a while to being a nice filly, and that just went from being a little patient and racing her light. And I know we all want to see our horses do well at 2, but sometimes they're just not mentally or physically ready. It doesn't mean you don't qualify them, race them a couple of times and turn them out. Bring them back in the fall and see what they're made of? Absolutely. That's exactly what it means. And that's exactly what some of these horses will go through. And I'm not so positive In New York isn't one of them. But he'll tell us soon enough. Jailbird Jog, top of the class. Her and Perfect Thought. Perfect Thought's been there all year. Jailbird Jog emerged as this powerful, fast, strong filly that has put it all together. She looked extremely good training the other day. She will qualify Tuesday at the Meadows. Joj Photag, quite the opposite. Sure, her knees are bothering her a little bit. We turned her out in the field. I'm going to turn her out in the field for 10 days and bring her back. The whole goal, quite frankly, with Joj Photag, as is, if she doesn't get any better than she is right now, she will qualify and then be sold. I'm certain of that. She just needs to come forward. Not every horse can. She'll race. She'll make somebody a racehorse, but she won't be a stable horse if that's the case. If what she has is what I see right now, then it's likely going to be qualify and sell for Joj Photag. Jolene Hall looks good, has done her work well. I trained her 2-4 by herself the other day. I was pleased with her. Judy's Money, again, looks very, very good. Really happy with her. Leland Hanover, I was tempted to take him over and school him this week at the Meadows, and I might bring him over and see if they're going to have schoolers after the qualifiers next week. If they do, then you might see Leland Hanover. You won't see him, but he will be on the trailer and maybe schooling next week at the Meadows. Lifting Legend, I believe, is slated to qualify next Friday or Saturday, whenever they have the qualifiers in Ontario. That was per James and Dominic, so that wasn't me. They said he's ready to go. Love Sensation, I trained in 2-4 the other day. She made a break coming in the last turn, but again was hitting the bike and hitting herself. We just had to change her shoes around. I got that done. So likely not this week, maybe next week she'll be ready to start going. She's a week behind the other horses, which still puts her on the clock, right? Because the 23rd is when the first stake races are in Oak Grove. If she's not ready, she's not ready. It's not the end of the world. It's a long old year for her in Kentucky for sure. Megan's lucky day. I trained her in 2-2 the other day. She was very, very good. Really happy with Megan. Got the head pulls off her. Just had the Murphy blind on her. I told you guys you could do that, right? Go back and look at my video 3 weeks ago. I said once her confidence in the turn starts growing, we can start getting all this equipment off her. We've arrived at that point. She was very good the other day. Millie Girl was great. I trained her in 59. She'll qualify next week also. We'll train her up Wednesday. We'll train her up in... I got to watch the weather. The weather looked brutal. If the weather's bad Wednesday, then we'll go again on Tuesday with her. But for right now, she's ready to go. My name is Swaney. She's going in the race bike. Probably train her in 2-1 on Tuesday. 2-2. Yep, she's there. She's a nice filly. A couple of people said, why? Swaney?
No, Sweeney.
Sweeney, no, we don't have Sweeney. Swaney, my name's Waney is actually her name. A lot of people, a couple of people ask, well, can we train her with the Pacers? Why would I want to train Waney with Perfect Thought? It makes no sense. Perfect Thought would pound her. And she's in a position where she can do her work. I know a lot of people, you don't see all the training trips, but she's a Heston Blue Chip. I am very, very well versed in the Heston Blue Chip breed. They get really hot. Waney's worn a dog chain now for a while. You have to keep them contained. If you cut them loose or they get angry, they're really hard to deal with. And when it comes to her, she's a nice filly. We're going to have a lot of fun with her, but it will have to be the right way. So Waney I'll train her in the race bike in 2-1 on Tuesday, whenever I do. Neuromancer, again, you're not going to see him until almost Lexington, but pretty well ready to go. Trained much better the other day, and I'll go with him again in the race bike on Tuesday. Perfection Hanover trained in 59. I think he was good. Come back and train good on Saturday again. So we'll likely train him hard again Tuesday or Wednesday in the race bike. That day will be a big race bike day. Now I know I have to race on Wednesday, have to qualify on Tuesday, so I may not be able to go with some of these horses that have to qualify, but we'll see, or have to train, but we'll see what day that is. Perfect Thought is going to be at the Meadows on Tuesday to school. Pretty Eyes and Lies, I trained her in 2-2 also by herself. She was very, very good. Now relax before you start saying, well, how come you didn't talk more about Perfect Thought? What more do I have to say? She's been her best horse. She continues to be her best horse. She's going to school on Tuesday at the Meadows. Rico Tubbs, trained him in 2-2 also. He was very good. Riding the rodeo. My only concern with her is her airway and the allergies in the summer. If you were going to put a gun to my head and say, Anthony, I need to know what you think right now, probably in a qualifier, race her 2 or 3 times and give her the time off until the end of August when we can manage her airway properly and let her grow up. Little Dr. Green is never going to hurt her, and that's likely what will happen with Riding the Rodeo, but we'll see. There's nothing set in stone. Rose Run Bobby, she's at the field right now. We're going to give her 5 days off, bring her back, just mentally. Mentally, that's the only hurdle she has left. Nothing else will bother her. Now, she is slapping at herself behind in her hind shins. We are going to have to get the flip-flops off of her. How are we going to shoe her? I don't know yet. I'm going to ponder that this weekend. Royal Duchess, a couple weeks we'll qualify her. Oh, Dutchy Bear. Royal Flush Dale, I trained him in 2-2 the other day. He was good. 2-3, actually. He was good. Need him to do a little bit more, but he was pretty good. Simply Chaotic will be qualifying this week, I think, in Ontario, I believe is the plan. Solidarity also. Solidarity trained in 2-1 and a piece, 27 seconds on the end of it. Danny was happy with him. Everybody's been happy with those pacers in Ontario. Steady Volo trained in 2-6, 2-7. So again, they're getting him ready at the right time also. There's no rush with him. I don't know if he's going to qualify this week or not. That will be up to Harry. Steph's Hope is ready to go again. Very happy with Steffi. Sterling Hanover's not. His collateral pouches were full. They had to flush him. I'm going to bring him over here maybe to finish him off in Ohio. I haven't made my mind up yet. I told him to draw papers, but the papers are good for 30 days. and I'll decide what I'm doing with him this week. Supermind is ready to go. Trained in 2-1 the other day. He was great. Sweet Lake, ready to go. Trained in 2-1 the other day. Probably qualify her in 2 weeks or so. There's no rush with her. Tomboy Strong, I trained her in 2-1 in a piece. Last half 58, last quarter 28. She is very, very, very good. She will qualify next week at the Meadows, along with the next one, Uncle Danny, who also trained in 2-1. He was very good. Woodmere Bullet, 2-6 last week. I suspect Smitty's training him today, probably. Saturday or Sunday, he trains him. I'm sure I'll have an update. And Xena Kemp, 2-1. Of all the horses I've trained, we've trained probably 20 or more hard and got to look under the hood very, very closely at every one of them. And I would suspect of all the horses I trained, Xena Kemp is probably first or second best one that impressed me the most. There's another Kentucky horse for Eric. So I can tell you right now, he has 3 very legit, very good trotting fillies in Kentucky at the very minimum. Xena Kemp is no joke. So she'll be qualifying very soon, probably next week also. I have to reach out to Mr. Lidstrom right now. She's still in his name, and I just want to know what he wants to do. So that's the plan for all these horses. Now you're all up to date with the 2-year-olds. We are here at Market 42, eager to get something to eat. It's going to be a good Sunday. Take care, everybody. I will talk to you all very soon. I hope you had a wonderful weekend.